So the first exercise is a Latissimus dorsi mobility movement that's going to improve the range of motion overhead. As you can see, I'm pointing out my chest line and then externally rotating the shoulder blade back so that the back of the hand is on the floor. And then I'm oscillating front to back, trying to massage that region. You can also add a shoulder flexion and extension to improve that range of motion. And to enhance the exercise, you can then cross the arm over the shoulder and the chest and oscillate front to back, adding more pressure to that region. The second exercise will help with the upper trap and tightness of the neck. Here I'm going to an upper bridge position with a shoulder flexion and extension. This is the extreme of the two exercises that are demonstrated here. If it's too much on the upper trap, you can go ahead and put the bottom down onto the floor and continue doing the flexion and extension. Make sure to keep the core braced so you can keep your rib cage down. The third exercise is a continuation of the upper trap as seen on the floor. Instead, here we're doing it on the door frame. So I'm placing the arms behind the back, squeezing the elbows together to maintain a better position of the shoulders. And then I'm oscillating back and forth on the upper trap region. Feel free to move up or down that region to get the angle that fits you best. You can also then add some rotations, some side bending of the neck, trying to bring the ear down to the shoulder, maintaining that position of the upper back. The fourth exercise will concentrate on the rhomboids. Notice how I'm placing the lacrosse ball between my spinal column and shoulder blade. The ball should never be on any hard surfaces. Then you will perform a shoulder flexion and extension. It's also important that you keep the core braced so that you can keep the ribcage from flaring out. Not allowing for the ribcage to flare out will ensure that your shoulder will be in a more stable and safer position. You can then reach the arm across your torso and then out to the corner of the room and repeat for a total of 2 minutes. The fifth exercise involves one of the rotator cuff muscles called your infraspinatus. Here I'm outlining the top border of it and moving down into the softer tissue right next to the crease of the armpit. And then I will lay down, not directly backwards, but at a 45-degree angle, and then I will externally and internally rotate the arm. So it's not the most pleasant movement, but after removing the ball, you should have a lot of relief in that region, improving that external rotation. The sixth exercise will involve the anterior and lateral deltoid. Here I will place the lacrosse ball in the anterior aspect, and with my arms behind my back, I will then rotate to the outside portion of the shoulder. It's important that you squeeze the shoulders back so that you can maintain a better position of the shoulders. You can also then tack down the tissues on the lateral aspect of the shoulder and then go into a shoulder flexion and extension while maintaining constant pressure. The seventh exercise will include the Pec Minor at the Doorframe. Here I'll place the lacrosse ball on the higher portion of the pec, and then we'll go into a shoulder flexion overhead a few times, then go out to the outside doing half of a snow angel. So you should feel some discomfort while at the top of the exercise. This should improve your range of motion overhead as well. The last exercise is an activated shoulder plank. This should be implemented after doing all the shoulder exercises so that you can strengthen into a better position. So here I have a resistance band that I'm trying to externally rotate and stretch out, and also protracting the shoulders so that my upper back is nice and round. I'm also trying to slide my elbows down towards my feet to activate my core a lot more so. So make sure that you hold this position the entire time. I'm moving just to show reference. Also, here is another angle of the same exercise. If it's too much on the shoulders or too much on the core, you can go ahead and intermittently raise the butt up and then go right back into the exercise. Try to perform for at least 60 seconds.